He was once one of the most powerful men in hip-hop, a producer, a businessman, a style icon, and a mastermind behind some of the biggest artists in the world. His father, Melvin Combs, was a U.S. Air Force veteran and alleged associate of convicted drug dealer. Frank Lucas is a young Brooklyn rapper named Christopher Wallace, better known as the Notorious B.I.G. Together, they changed hip-hop forever. Bad Boy became a cultural phenomenon. Every release was a hit. Business partners called him controlling and vindictive. But the industry stayed silent. He was too powerful, too connected. It wasn't until 2023 that everything began to unravel. For decades, he moved through the highest circles of music, fashion, and politics. No interviews, no performances, just silence and legal teams working around the clock. This isn't just a story about a fall from grace. It's a warning about celebrity culture, about how we idolize people without asking hard questions. As more survivors find their voices, the truth will continue to surface. And maybe, just maybe, the next generation will demand more from those who rise to the top. This has been the story of Sean Diddy Combs, a king of hip-hop, now surrounded by shadows. If you found this video and let us know in the comments. Should we separate the art from the artist, or is this the end of Diddy's legacy for good? His legacy, once unshakable, is now being re-examined under a dark and painful lens. He was photographed with presidents. He influenced award shows. He controlled media narratives. Many journalists and insiders now admit they were told not to publish stories, that PR teams threatened legal action, that people were afraid. This isn't just about one man. It's about a system that protects predators when they're powerful, wealthy, and famous. Singer and ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura filed a bombshell lawsuit accusing Diddy of rape, abuse, human trafficking, and years of control. The suit alleged he forced her into violent acts, supplied drugs, and manipulated her career. The case was settled within just 24 hours. But the damage was done. It opened the floodgates. Biggie, Faith, Evans, 112. Total, Maze Diddy had the golden touch. Multiple civil lawsuits began to surface, each painting a disturbing picture of a man who used his power and fame to control and harm those closest to him. Former employees, artists, and insiders began to speak out. Stories of violent outbursts, intimidation, surveillance, and coercion were everywhere. And then came the biggest blow in March 2024. Federal agents raided Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami. The allegations: serious sex trafficking, illegal firearms, and interstate criminal activity. Though Diddy denied all claims and has not been criminally charged as of today, the public opinion shifted almost overnight. The man once known for throwing the wildest parties in Hollywood was now being investigated by Homeland Security. He didn't just produce, he performed. In 1997, after Biggie's tragic murder, Diddy released "I'll Be Missing You." The tribute became a global hit and cemented his place in the spotlight. He wasn't just a producer anymore, he was a star, a brand, a mogul. Melvin was murdered when Sean was just 2 years old. He launched the Sean John clothing line. He opened restaurants. He started Ciroc vodka. He even produced reality TV with Making the Band. He was a master of reinvention, a billionaire in the making. But behind the scenes, whispers were growing louder. Lawsuits, rumors of manipulation, violent behavior. The cracks were beginning to show. In 1999, Diddy was arrested after a shooting at a nightclub involving Jennifer Lopez and his entourage. Though he was acquitted of all charges, the image of the clean-cut mogul started to tarnish. Raised by his mother Janice, a hard-working model, and teacher's assistant Sean grew up with ambition burning in his chest. He wasn't going to let his environment define him. He attended Howard University but left before graduating. Instead, he threw himself into the music business. He landed an internship at Uptown Records, and from day one, he stood out. He was hungry, aggressive, and always moving. In a short time, he was promoted to talent director, helping to shape acts like Dodici and Mary J. Blige. But his aggressive style eventually led to him being fired. That would have crushed most people. For Diddy, it lit a fire. But behind the flashing lights and platinum records, a much darker story was brewing. This is the rise and fall of Sean Diddy Combs, from music mogul to a man now surrounded by allegations of abuse, control, and corruption. You think you know the story. Stay with me because the truth is more twisted than any tabloid headline. Sean John Combs was born on November 4, 1969, in Harlem, New York. In 1993, at just 23 years old, he launched Bad Boy Records. It was bold, risky, and brilliant. His first major signing. In the late 90s and early 2000s, Diddy was everywhere. For years, allegations followed Diddy like a shadow. Most didn't stick, but they piled up. Former artists accused him of shady contracts. After Cassie's lawsuit, other women came forward. So why did it take so long for the truth to come out? Because Diddy wasn't just rich, he was connected. Today, Diddy's empire is crumbling. Brands have cut ties. Music is being pulled. Collaborators are distancing themselves. He's mostly gone silent on social media. Diddy was a pioneer. But power without accountability can corrupt. Absolutely.